The Living Lab has given us an opportunity to reflect on ourselves, being leaders in sustainability, designers, advisors, educators as well. You know, this is a living lab, and by the very context of Living Lab, it's there for us to learn from. Sustainability being core to how we design projects, reuse of materials is massively important. Having the opportunity to use materials which are reused is definitely a challenge that we wanted to put into every decision.
So we wanted to work quite closely with Gensler and influence their specifications. The main items we wanted to focus was the supply chain. So started into looking how we can supply all the items we want locally and how we want to focus on manufacturers based in the UK. And those examples included most of our carpets, and same thing like for most of our furniture in the new London office. As part of the sustainability framework, again, energy was one of the key areas. And as an MEP design company, we definitely wanted to have a big influence on that. There were items that we didn't have a lot of opportunities to change, like the base build plan. But in terms of our design, we wanted to focus on trying to meet the tenant target based on the UK GBC office scenarios for achieving net zero carbon standard.
Certification is a really important element to use in design to understand how we are actually achieving what we have set out to achieve and give it some recognition that other people can relate to.
We were keen to adopt the BREEAM and the WELL certification into the fit-out to demonstrate that we're targeting those certifications in our own office fit-out. The BREEAM focuses on the environmental aspects of the fit-out, and the WELL focuses on the health and well-being of the occupants working in the space. We've got lots of planting around the offices, which is shown to enhance people's levels of comfort. There's a bit of overlap with the BREEAM and the WELL certification, things like the low VOC materials that have been used in the building and the acoustic sound installation levels. There's overlap between the two.
We had the opportunity to really influence the spatial layout of the fit-out at the very early stage. It allowed us to get quiet spaces in quiet areas of the office and make sure they're separated from the busier breakout spaces, etc. We wanted the exposed surfaces, that was very much part of the brief. But in removing the ceiling, also remove what is currently or has been previously one of the primary sources of acoustic absorption. We've got coffee stations, we've got people talking, having conversations. We want to make sure that that doesn't just spread across the floor plate. So we introduced a spray-on finish.
The Living Lab is there to be an experimental template for us in all the different areas at which we were designing sustainability criteria, also trying new materials out, whether they be HVAC equipment and ductwork, pipework materials, or whether it be acoustic panelling that we are trying out in our spaces to see how effective they can be.
The mycelium panel is only something that really has come onto our radar very recently, and actually one of the first experiences was with this office. We looked at the acoustic data, and the way that it's manufactured is very unique in that it's an organic product. It's not going to provide the highest level of performance, but it's normally, particularly when you couple it with a spray-on finish like we've got, to give us that baseline. It opened up the flexibility to use a product that had a more sustainable source. There's a lot of indoor air quality positives to using that. So they do provide that performance. It's an evolving technology, so we will get better. But yeah, we're glad to have it showcased in the office.
I think it's really exciting to come into the space. One of the things we wanted to do post-COVID is working patterns have changed, but we need to have a space where we can collaborate. We need to have a space that engages our design approach and gives people different settings to work in different ways, but also have it recognised by the BCO as a regional winner for the under 2,500 category. We're really pleased to have achieved that, and really exciting for us, but also for the others that we've collaborated with. Our landlord that's allowed us to approach the design in this way, the designers Gensler. We've had a really collaborative journey with them, and for all that to come together into something we are really pleased and proud to have as our space.